All right, today we're digging into the world of agriculture to see how scientists are giving one of the world's most important crops a serious head start. Yep, we're talking about peanuts, and a special kind of treatment that's basically a vitamin shot for seeds. Okay, let's get into it. It all really boils down to a pretty simple question. If you're a farmer, how do you make absolutely sure that every single tiny seed you plant not only sprouts, but really thrives, especially when conditions aren't perfect? That's the core challenge that researchers in Brazil decided to tackle. So first things first, let's set the stage a bit and talk about why this whole quest for super peanuts is such a big deal. Peanuts are a huge deal, especially in Brazil's Cerrado region. I mean, they're not just a snack for a ball game, they are an absolute economic powerhouse. And nutritionally, they're packed with protein, somewhere between 22 and 30%. So yeah, figuring out how to make them grow better can have a massive impact. And this research, it really fits into a much bigger picture. Modern farming is all about getting more from less, right? It's about boosting growth, using resources like water and soil as efficiently as possible, and doing it all more sustainably. A huge piece of that puzzle is making sure seedlings get a strong, uniform start right out of the gate. So how do you do that? Well, the answer might be in giving seeds a little something extra before they even hit the dirt. You can really think of it as a preemptive vitamin shot. Now, the official scientific term for this vitamin shot is a biostimulant. It's basically a substance you add to help a plant's natural processes work even better, helping it soak up nutrients more efficiently and handle stress, like a drought, a little better. It's not fertilizer, but it helps the plant use the fertilizer and everything else around it to its absolute maximum potential.
So what's in this secret sauce? It's actually a really smart cocktail of ingredients. You've got natural plant growth hormones, things like auxins, which are great for root development, and gibberellins, which help with stem growth. You mix those with some key minerals and other organic stuff, and you get a formula designed to basically supercharge a seedling's early life.
Okay, now that we know who our star player is, it's time to get to the experiment. I like to call this part the Great Peanut Grow-Off, where scientists put this biostimulant to the ultimate test. The setting for our grow-off was a controlled greenhouse in Brazil. And this is really important because by controlling the environment, the temperature, the water, the researchers could be positive that any differences they saw were because of the biostimulant and not just some random weather fluke. They even used sandy soil that's typical for the region to keep it realistic. And in any great competition, you need your contestants. So here we have two different peanut cultivars, which is just the sciencey word for a specific plant variety. In one corner, we have IAC Tatu ST, let's call it the upright one because it grows tall. And in the other corner, Runner IAC 886, the spreading one, which, you guessed it, grows low and spreads out across the ground. The experiment itself was pretty straightforward. Step 1, the team coated the seeds of both types of peanuts with 4 different doses of the biostimulant. That included a 0-dose group as a control, which is crucial. Step 2, they planted them and let them grow for 21 days. And finally, step 3, they measured everything you could think of. Height, stem thickness, number of branches, root length, to see what changed. 21 days later, it was Judgment Day. Time to collect the data. So, did the vitamin shot actually work? Let's get to the results. And yet, the results were pretty clear right away, at least on this front. Just look at this chart showing the number of branches. On the left, that's the control group, no treatment. On the right, the group with the highest dose. It's not even close. The treated plants pushed out way more side branches. And for a farmer, more branches can eventually lead to a bigger harvest. That's the goal. But the treatment didn't affect both our competitors the same way. The upright one, IAC Tatu ST, was the clear champion of this grow-off. It responded way better to the biostimulant, growing a noticeably thicker main stem as the dose went up. This tells us it's just a hardier, more robust plant to begin with. So at this point, it all seems pretty simple, right? You've got more growth up top, thicker stems, so that must mean you're getting a similar boost underground with bigger, longer roots to support everything. It just makes sense. Or does it? Well, this is where biology gets fascinating and throws you a curveball. The answer was nope. In a surprise twist, the highest dose actually led to shorter main roots. This is a classic example of a biological trade-off. See, a plant only has so much energy to spend. It looks like the biostimulant told the plant, hey, focus your energy on growing more branches above ground, which meant less energy was left for sending a super deep root down below.
So we have some really exciting and, frankly, some surprising results. But what does all of this actually mean when we zoom out from the cozy greenhouse and think about real-world farms?
So, what's the bottom line? Well, the researchers concluded that even with that weird, shorter root thing, the overall effect was a definite win. That highest dose proved to be a really efficient way to kickstart the plant's critical early development, giving it a strong, healthy head start.
Let's break that down into what it really means. First, these seed treatments clearly work. They can give a crop a serious competitive edge right at the beginning. Second, one size definitely does not fit all. Different varieties of peanuts react in very different ways. And that opens up this exciting possibility for a future of customized treatments, tailored specifically for certain crops and even certain soil conditions. But, and in science, this is a very, very important but. We have to remember this was all in a perfect, controlled greenhouse. These results are incredibly promising, a fantastic starting point. But the next absolutely essential step is to take this out into the real world and see if it all holds up in an unpredictable farm field with rain, pests, and everything else.
And that brings us to our final thought for the day. This study is about way more than just peanuts in Brazil. It's really a glimpse into a future where we can use these highly targeted biological tools to make our agriculture way more efficient and sustainable. So it leaves us with this huge question. Could these customized vitamin shots for seeds be one of the keys to helping us feed the world? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.